Good afternoon, this is 4046. As promised, I've done, doing another video. This one's about fitness. Now, today, after several months of uncertainty, I've returned to my gym. Now, not everybody has the luxury of being able to pay monthly for a gym, and mine isn't particularly cheap. However, it is 24 hours a day, so you can go any time that you want. However, previously I was going at 3 o'clock in the morning due to equipment availability, and at the time it kind of felt like the right thing to do. The last one I did was one of those. Several months on, I just stopped going. That was foolish because A, it was wasting money, and B, I was betraying myself more than anybody else. However, I've taken that first step today to get back into the run of things, and I will gradually adjust the hours as when I need to, because I actually felt a little bit of the good endorphins which everybody talks about. So I didn't do as much as I used to because I've been out the saddle for a while. The main things I do when I go there is quite a bit of cardio. So what you've got available is you have, for example, bicycles, rowing machines, treadmills, cross trainers, even 2 versions of a stepper device, and I favour the cross trainer because that seems to burn more off than anything else, and the treadmill, again, it does burn off a bit. Just trying to get back up to speed and then back on to what I was doing before. Then there is the other element which seems to show that weights have quite a bit to do with sort of losing, fat burn, for example. So I've only done 1 set of weights today, but it's almost as if I've never been away. So I haven't lost that much muscle mass in the last 3 months or so. I think it was almost a total of 3 months, which just foolish to myself, really. So, but there are 3 ways of doing activities, etc. One of the things that I have noticed, which unfortunately due to my shift work I cannot do, is something called a park run. So a park run is a group of people that meet up. Normally you can find information online, or just attending the area that they're in just to find out more, and you'll have a group of people there that you'll get to know, so that's a good thing. You can also have lots of apps and things to measure your progress and how far you run, etc, etc, but not all these apps are free. There's 1 or 2 apps, like for example, if you do own a mobile phone, then a stepper, a pedometer, should I say. However, you can buy separate pedometers that you can wear on your wrist as you're doing your day-to-day business. Now, I can't even begin to explain the release of the good endorphins, because it just feels that I've done something, but a little bit disappointed because I couldn't do the whole what I used to do. But I've just got to keep going, give it time, and also get my money's worth out of it. As over the 3 months that I didn't go, it cost me about £105, and that's with a discount on as well. So it wasn't. I was being really foolish to myself. The other thing with this particular gym is I have to drive there because it's 6 miles away, so it's not down the road. There are many gyms where I live. However, the one that I would like to have used, the parking facilities were really poor, and it's still roughly about 2 miles away. So, it's not, you can't just, no, it's not suitable, because you just get all your cardio in before you go. And then they had lots of conditions or times that you could use, whereas this one is just a flat fee. I would like to, in the future, possibly get a personal trainer just to show me a bit more, I suppose, and more things that would be beneficial to me. One of the things that you concentrate on is core strength, but for your mental health, it's really good. It kind of made up for the low yesterday, and I do apologise a little bit for that video, but I felt that was a good time to show such a thing. And for the next video, I will hopefully be reviewing a book, which I'm making my way through as we speak. Well, right this second in time, because I've literally just come in from the gym. However, I will be continuing on with that, and then trying to fit gym time in with my shift patterns, because the shift patterns do get in the way a little bit. I was supposed to go yesterday, and I should have gone yesterday and today, but I've begun that step back to some more mindfulness. It's also good to see where you left off and what you can achieve and what you can do. But it's not a race. It's not. I mean, if you do go with someone else, it's a boost, because as much as you may not be competing against each other, so to speak, you can compare notes. And also, very important is hydration on these things. I mean, all I use is water, and I have specific gym clothes which I'm wearing right now because I've literally just come in from the gym. But that's only half of the battle, if you like, because if you are trying to lose weight, which I'm focusing on primarily at the moment, as well as probably building strength up again, is eating right. So, for example, today I will take a chicken breast and I'll chuck lots of paprika on the top, or smoky paprika on the top, cook it in the oven, cut it into bits, and then have it in wraps with lettuce, tomato. There's a little hot sauce that I use, possibly some little sweet peppers, and might even be a teeny tiny bit of cheese involved, although depends how I feel at the time. There's other things that you can do. You don't just have to solely eat chicken. You can look at what you like, because not everybody likes chicken. Turkey is perhaps another way that you could go, or just completely vegetarian options instead, because the vegetarian world is so good now that it's enhanced. When I was a child, the vegetarian market was very limited and the food wasn't that great. However, 20 years later, vegetarian food is really good now. It can be quite tasty. There are people that do not agree with me at all about vegetarian options, but everybody's different. So, to be honest, it's getting into a good routine, trying to eat food that isn't gonna, lots of potatoes or rice or pasta. There's nothing wrong with having these things. You just have to have them in moderation, like many of these foods. And then possibly, depending on how deep you want to go, it's up to you ultimately. You're ultimately in charge of your sort of own destiny, as it were. I mean, you don't have to join a running club. You can just do walking. Last year, in 3 days, I did the equivalent of a marathon, and I think that it did help, but I didn't listen to my body enough, so I was getting tired halfway through, and unfortunately because I had so much distance to go I couldn't really cheat, so I'd rest a while and then forge on and eventually get back to here. I'm quite lucky because I've got some fields still. I haven't been down there for a little while, so hopefully they've not built on it yet, which unfortunately in the part of the country I live in they like building on everything, and to be honest with you, it's just taking the mickey. To my long time subscribers, as always, thank you. If you could take a little bit of solace from this, I'm getting there. I hope you're getting to your personal goals as well. There are other things at the gym like free weights, etc. There are cheaper gyms, as there is a gym that's an old church down the road, but it's not open 24 hours a day, so I would have probably gone there instead, if I could have, if it was 24 hours a day. That's the problems with shift work, is just fitting it around, but if you're determined enough you can do it. You can do most things you can put your mind to within reason, as long as it's not hurting other people or annoying other people, for example, then go for it. There are many videos on YouTube that teach you how to do things such as Tai Chi, yoga, that's to name but a few, and I suspect there's a lot more in there. I might gravitate towards yoga at some point, but my body's not supple enough at the moment to do it. Not saying that I can't do it, it's just that I find a bit more gratification with what I'm doing currently. I only used one set of weights today. These are weight machines rather than free weights, and I don't know if I'll ever get to free weights or not. I don't trust myself with that, and I'll probably end up hurting myself in some way, so I'll just stick with the things like the bench press, etc, etc. It really is, if you've not tried and you're lucky enough to be able to afford a gym membership, I'd definitely say do it. It's not like that film Dodgeball with the with Ben Stiller being a complete and utter jerk and being the sort of like personal trainer from hell. It's not like that at all. They're people just like you and I that use the gym. Sometimes you'll be surprised who you'll find down there. Quite a few of my work colleagues go to the gym, so a big shout out to them. And to be honest, I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. Again, as always with these things, you've got to see the positive side to it, and if it does make a difference, do it. Again, not everybody can afford to go to the gym, so if you have the ability to take walks and things like that, because not everybody can run, and it's very stressful to your feet as well when you first begin. I may start running on the treadmill again, but that's completely different when you're outside. But I'm quite lucky where I live. Just to sort of conclude, the next video will be back to review about the book I'm reading, and hopefully be in roughly about a week's time, so stay tuned. Be the best possible version of yourself. Thank you for joining me today, and have a great day. 4046 out.